Alright everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jovan, I'm from Brazil, and I'm here to show you that fluency is not necessarily about perfection. Today's video is going to be very interesting, especially if you love football and languages. I'm reacting to the English of Brazilian players in the Premier League. Brazilian players are famous for their skills on the pitch, but how do they perform when the ball stops rolling and the microphone turns on? Let's find out together.
Gabby, an absolute pleasure to have you guys here with us. Thank you so much. The three amigos, three Brazilians. You guys had an amazing Premier League season last year. How do you do one better than what you did last year?
I think it's my first season here, so it was good, but at the end we didn't win. And then last season again, but I think we improved a lot. Not only like the gap between us and City, but the way we defend with these guys at the back, you know, and the way we attack, the way we help each other. So I think we are getting close and better each season. So I don't know, everyone wants to win this year, obviously, but football, you know, probably more than us, how difficult and tough it is. And then we are talking about Premier League, so it's even more. But we want to win, you know, and we are getting close each year.
Okay, so now let's analyze what he said. The word "it" is very complicated for Brazilians. As a Brazilian, I know what I'm talking about. Basically, in Portuguese, we can create sentences without a subject because conjugation is different in Portuguese. We can create sentences like "is raining" because nobody is raining, you know, there's no one actually doing the action of rain. So in English, that's not possible. You have to put the word "it." So that's called omitted subject in Portuguese. While in English, that doesn't work that quite well. So that's something that we as Brazilians struggle with, to put the word "it" in the beginning of sentences. Let's see some examples of that.
After all, it is my anniversary. After all, it is my anniversary.
Though it is true that you're back. Though it is true that you're back.
Another small mistake in this part of the video is when he said, "We improve a lot," instead of saying "we improved a lot" with the ed at the end. So for those who don't know it, to put the verbs in the past tense, we need the d, ed, or ied at the end of verbs. That depends, of course, of the verb ending. So basically, that's all you need to know to put a verb in the past tense in English.
Tried to throw your mother out.
You love this thing. Trying to stop us.
If you want to create a negative sentence, then you don't need to know the past form of the verb, because basically you just need to put did plus not, and you have didn't, and then you don't have to change anything else in the sentence. So that's how you create a negative sentence.
I didn't think I had to.
Well, obviously she didn't get very far.
And if you want to ask a question, something similar happens. You put the did in front of the question. So that's how you structure a question. You put did in front if you want to ask something in the past, of course.
Wait, did you guys hear about Nate?
Did you make those?
Another thing to observe here is the way that he pronounced the word attack. With the letter A being pronounced as A in Portuguese, we sometimes struggle to say that in English. In words such as tap and tape, you see the two most common ways to pronounce the letter A in English, but in Portuguese it's usually going to be A. So when we see a word like that in English, we tend to use our reference, our frame of reference from Portuguese to help us, and that leads to an accent, which is not a problem. Let's keep that in mind. An accent is just the characteristics of someone who learned a second language.
Describe to me Mikel Arteta in 3 words.
Wow, it's hard, no? I think intensity,
Genius.
passion,
Yeah?
patient, intensity, patient, genius. Yeah.
In this small part of the video, we see something similar happening with the word passion, because they say passion, which is, again, a frame of reference from their native language, and which makes them speak with an accent, but everybody understood what they said. So we have to keep in mind that most languages, they have different sounds for the vowels. Even in Portuguese, we have accents on top of letters. In French, too. In German as well, sometimes. And that changes the sound of that vowel. But in English, we don't have accents. So we have other rules to understand when we should use one sound or another. For the letter A, we have tap and tape. For the letter E, we have Pete and Pat. For the letter I, we have like and lick. For the letter O, we have hop and hope. For the letter U, we have cut, and cute. So every vowel has at least 2 different sounds, and we need to have that in mind if we want to master the pronunciation of a new language, especially if you want to be understood. Because if you don't pronounce the consonants correctly, most of the times you're going to have an accent, a strong accent. But if you don't pronounce correctly the vowels, so you're not going to be understood.
How do you reflect on Mikel Arteta and his leadership and what he's done at Arsenal for you guys?
Well, of the three, I'm the one joining after. So what I see is like I know him from the City, but he was second coach, third coach there, and then well, since I joined here, I just like his intensity is like amazing. He want to win every game, and then he want to be there fighting, and then now it's not just fighting, he want to win the league, the titles. So for me, I think it's amazing.
In this part of the video, I want to point out the filler expressions, filler words that he used to fill the empty space of each sentence. Because when you're thinking about another sentence, you're usually thinking too much, and then you have to fill that space with something. And naturally, in informal and spoken English, we use and then, well, these things, so I just used it. So this is a compliment to his English, because filling those empty spaces is very important. Some people get stressed and nervous in the middle of sentences because they are struggling to find the next word, and so they stop and use Google Translate or something just because they got nervous. Another point in this part is when he's talking about the coach, so he's talking in the third person, and Brazilians tend to forget that when we're talking about someone else, we need to use the letter S, ES, or IES at the end of the verb. So instead of saying he want to win, he should have said he wants to win.
Studies computer programming in Delhi.
Seriously doubt he wants to kill you.
And then at the end of this part, he says, is amazing this, which makes sense in Portuguese. So again, he's using his frame of reference from Portuguese. His brain is working in Portuguese, so he's using the same logic, but sometimes it sounds odd to say that same structure in English. Now for this part, I want to prepare you for what's coming, because they're going to be using a lot of the superlative, which is a very useful structure to use in spoken English. So if you want to understand the superlative, you need to know that it's a way of comparing things. You take one thing and you put it on a pedestal. You say that thing is the best, for example. And taking this word as a reference, we can use the ending est as a reference to understand how to create the other variations of the superlative with other adjectives. So if you take the adjectives short and tall, you can put the est at the end, and then you will be able to create examples like these.
If you need money, it is the shortest route to it.
It's the tallest mountain in Canada.
What's the shortest distance between 2 points?
This is the world's tallest building.
Now let's dive into it.
So we're going to play a game with you guys now, and it's called Which Gabby? Which Gabby is the fastest?
Without question.
Okay. Which Gabby is the strongest? Which Gabby is the best dressed?
This is style, no? So I go for me. Yeah.
I go for me.
Here's a good one then. Which Gabby is the best dancer?
Let's see.
Not me.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Which Gabby is the best driver?
I can't say me because I'm older.
Você não tirou a carta? He didn't have the driving license.
In England.
Don't blame England.
No. In England, in Brazil, I have, but I say me.
Alright, which Gabby is the worst driver? The worst.
He doesn't have a driver license. He doesn't have a driver license.
Which Gabby has the best celebration?
Yeah. Okay. Because it's for my mom, no? So,
yeah. Oh, okay. So I read that celebration was for your mom.
Yeah.
Alright. And then which Gabby has the best chant, the best song? that the fans sing, which Gabby has the best one.
Qual que é o seu? Which one is?
I know you will.
Keep going.
I know that six is the king of
If you liked this breakdown and want me to react to the English of other players, teams, or even other leagues, let me know in the comments. Drop your suggestions and I'll check them out. The original video will be in the description. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.